All right, so we're having some technical difficulties there with the live connection. All right, so just share this real quick. We have two more minutes. Just make sure you share this video as I give you ways to stick to your financial resolutions. Let me share this real quick on my end. Tune in now as I give you ways to stick to your financial resolutions. All right, few more minutes, or one more minute, and we are going to go live. All right, so welcome to this week's episode of Money Mondays with Ash Cash, brought to you by Bank Mobile. I am excited. This is the first Money Mondays of 2017, and we're excited about this year, excited about the possibilities, excited about what this year has to hold. 2016 for some was a challenge, for some it was great, and I just want to be able to empower you this year to reach all of your goals financially, whether it's to create a business, whether it's to save more money, whether it is to, whatever your financial goal is this year, my goal is to help you empower yourself in order to reach those goals. And at the top of the new year, we always set resolutions for ourselves. And here's an interesting fact. When they do studies on New Year's resolutions, only 8% of the people who make New Year's resolutions stick to them the whole year through, which means 92% of people who set New Year's resolutions, they're actually not going to stick them through. So my goal is to help you either be part of that 8%, or collectively, we're going to raise that number up. We're going to raise it to where it's not just 8%. More people are sticking to their resolutions. So first, before I give you the tips on how to stick to your financial resolutions, I want to define the word resolution first. And then I want to give you another word that has to come before you make the resolution, right? So resolution is a firm decision to do or not do something. That's it. So when you make a resolution, you're telling yourself that you're making a firm decision. You're saying, listen, I am no longer going to do X, Y, Z, or I am going to begin doing X, Y, Z, right? That's what a resolution is. So come New Year's, it's a new year, a new you, it's a new time. So people make this resolve with themselves. They say, I am going to cut this out or add this to my life. The problem sometimes is that when we make resolutions, we don't start with the intention, because that's what's really important. If you tell yourself that I am going to save more money, let's say that's your resolution, or I want to get out of the debt. That's your resolution. But what is your intention? Why do you intend to do this? And that is very, very important. And I'll read the definition for intention. Important part of reaching or creating that resolution is because if you're just saying I just want to save money, then that's the reason why a lot of people don't stick through their resolutions. If you're just saying, oh, I want to get out of debt, why? What is your intent? Right? And there's a quote it's a famous quote by Steve Jordan that says, when your why is big enough, the how is easy. If you say, I want to lose weight this year, but the reason why I want to lose weight is because I have a history of health problems or in the family, or I've seen many of my friends at whatever your why is, your why has to be big enough, because once that why is big enough, that resolution becomes easier. So make sure that, it's January 2nd, right? But make sure as you start thinking about your resolution, as you made your resolution, go back. Think about your intention. Think about your why. Why are you creating this resolution? And work from there, because once you understand your why, when your why becomes big enough, when you're saying this, this resolution is going to help save my life, it's going to enhance my life, this resolution is going to make me happier, whatever the reason or whatever, your why is, that's important. All right, so let me jump right into it because I want to make sure, I know it's the second, so I want to make sure everybody gets time to do what they need to do. So let me jump right in, right? So I'm going to give you 6 steps on how to stick to your financial resolution. So step number 1 is to live in day-type compartments. Focus on today. And so I purposely, I'm working from home today, but I purposely am doing this video in front of this brick wall, right? It's symbolic why I'm doing it in front of the brick wall, because there's a story that I love by Will Smith where he talks about his father owning a store, and his father breaking down the store, and his father saying to him and his brother, I need you to rebuild this store or this wall. And Will Smith and his brother looks and they're saying, you're crazy. How are we going to rebuild this wall? And his father says to them that you have to build it one brick at a time. Because if you focus on the whole wall, right, the symbolic wall behind me, if you focus on the whole wall, then you will lose sight of what it takes to actually build the wall. What it takes to build the wall is one brick. And as you focus on that one brick at a time, and you make sure that each brick that you lay down is the best possible brick that you can lay down, if you do that every single day, eventually you will have a wall that is sturdy, that doesn't break down, right? You make sure that you have a wall that is sturdy, it doesn't break down. So make sure that you are focusing on one brick at a time. And so live in day-tight compartments. So yes, you have a resolution for the year, financial resolution for the year. Whatever that financial resolution is, there is an overarching goal, right? This big, ginormous goal that you're gonna complete in 365 days. But break that down into day-tight compartments. So what is it that so if you look at that financial resolution, what is it that you can do today that can help you meet that bigger goal? So break it down, live in day-tight compartments, because every single day, if you're looking at this big goal, the one misstep that you make, the one time that you do something that doesn't align with the 365-day goal, it deters you. You're like, you know what? I ain't doing this no more. It's too much. But if you just broke it down into day-tight compartments and said, on this day, this is what my goal is, and you just do your best every single day on that particular goal that you have for the day, eventually you will reach and stick to your goal. So step number 1 is to live in day-tight compartments. Do not look at this big gigantic goal, because it's not gigantic. It's smaller goals that's gonna help you reach that bigger goal. Number 2 is be smart. I say this over and over and over again. And when I say be smart, I'm talking about the acronym, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, relatable, or relevant, time bound, right? Like these are the 5 steps to creating a goal. So if you're just saying I'm going to save money, your financial goals are not going to happen for you because they're not smart. It has to be specific, measurable, achievable, relatable, or relevant, right? Meaning that it whatever the goal is, whatever you're doing it has to coincide with the overarching goals, and time bound. By when are you going to do it? And so you have to have these 5 elements within your goals in order for it to be a reality. So make sure that you are creating smart goals, and not as smart as intelligent, but specific, measurable, achievable, relatable, time bound. Number 3 is write them down. Right? But not just writing them down, but write them down in the affirmative, because there is power in writing down goals. They can't just stay in your mind. You just can't say, this is what I'm going to do. There has to be a concrete plan written down. This is what I'm going to do. These are the steps I'm going to take. But I'm going to take it a step further. Because as it relates to the mindset, as it relates to, metaphysics, as you will, when you write something down in the affirmative, you are showing gratitude for reaching that goal already, but psychologically you are giving yourself power to achieve it. So instead of saying that, I am going to save $2,000 this year, that write down that goal in the affirmative. Say, I have saved $2,000 this year. I am happy that I saved $2,000 this year. Whatever your goal is, make sure that you're writing the goals down in the affirmative and recite those to yourselves, because what you tell yourself, what you say to yourself every single day is important, and that helps to change your belief system. So write down your financial goals, write them down in the affirmative, and then tell yourself, every day, read it out or rewrite it every single day, so that way you are holding yourself accountable, but also deep in your subconscious, you're telling yourself, these are the goals that I'm going to reach. And don't have, and this is not even one of the tips, but this is just like a sidebar. Don't have 10 or 20 financial resolutions. I'm talking 3 tops. I'm talking 3 tops: a big one, a middle, intermediate one, and then a small. Like, don't have 10 goals. Like, I'm gonna change you have 365 days, and a lot can happen in 365 days, but we want to be successful. And in order to be successful, you have to, don't give yourself a big to-do list, because in addition to your goals, life is going to happen. And so if you have these 10 things that you have to remember, the likeliness of you achieving all of them is going to be very difficult. So don't give yourself 20 goals. I'm talking 3 tops: a main goal, a side goal, a main goal, a middle goal, and then like a lower level goal. All right, and then number 4. So just to recap, this is 6 ways that you can stick to your financial resolutions. Number 1, live in day-type compartments. Number 2, be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and or relatable and time-bound. Write them down in the affirmative. And number 4 is find your tribe. This is important because just like you are holding yourself accountable, when you decide to give up, if you decide to give up, it's easy to, it's easy to just say, all right, I'm not gonna, this is too difficult to do, I'm not gonna do it. But as you start sharing your goals with people, as you start to let people know what your goals are, as you start to create mastermind groups, which is really, really important to achieve financial goals or any goal. If you don't have a mastermind group, you need to do that ASAP. And that is just finding like-minded people who have goals as well, and you guys, serve as accountability partners. Because what happens, and like-mind is very, very important. I'm not talking about somebody who is going to be devil's advocate, or I'm talking about somebody who is similar to you, ambitious like you, looking to take their life to the next level like you. These are the type of people that you want to surround yourself with, and use each other as accountability partners to make sure that you achieve your goals. Number 5 is check your progress and adjust when necessary. It's, anything, it has moving parts. It's not set in stone. So as you set a goal for yourself, you don't want to just say, this is the goal that I'm going to set and that's it. You have to check your progress. How are you doing with that goal? Does it make sense to keep that goal? What should you adjust? Are you achieving it really, really quick? Should you, add some layers to it? Or is it really, really difficult? Has something happened within your life that is making you not achieve this goal, right? So if you have a financial goal to get out of debt, and then God forbid an emergency happens and you have to use credit to get out of that emergency, well, maybe you might have to adjust your goal just a little bit. So make sure that you're checking it and adjusting. And then lastly, celebrate your wins. Again, a lot of times we put these big, gigantic goals and we only focus on the magnitude of the goal. And if we don't reach that particular goal, we start to beat ourselves up. But what if you told yourself you wanted to save $5,000 this year, and for the year, and then when December comes, you wind up saving $4,500, or you wind up saving $4,000, or you wind up saving $3,000. Are you going to beat yourself up really? Like, really, you're going to be like, all right, I wanted to save $5,000, but I only saved $3,000. I'm a loser? No. You have to celebrate your wins. And this is why it's important to break down your goals into short, small, bite-sized chunks, because as you break them down into them small, bite-sized chunks, as you are reaching those goals, you need to celebrate those. Celebrate your small wins, because it's going to give you the fortitude, the determination to keep going. So let me give you a recap real quick. These are the 6 ways that you can stick to your financial goals. Number 1, live in day-tight compartments. Number 2, create SMART goals, which is specific, measurable, achievable, relatable, and time-bound. Number 3, write down your goals in the affirmative. Number 4, find your tribe. Create a support system that's going to help you with those goals. Number 5, check your progress and adjust when necessary. And lastly, celebrate your small wins. I want to leave you with a few just like tidbits, I guess, is one, don't focus so much on the big goal. I said this, as part of step number 1, but this is really, really key, because the more you focus on the big goal, the more you are focused on the forest, you might not realize the treasure in the tree. I don't think that's how the quote goes, but you know what I'm saying, right? Don't focus so much on the big goal. Another thing is, if one of your financial goals is to save more money, the best way to do that is restrict your access. Having access to money, having access to your money, is the biggest way people don't achieve that particular goal, is because if they see it, well, most of us are just going to use it. So try as much as possible to restrict your access. And then, just give it time. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Many people look at the New Year's as this magic time that automatically everything is just going to poof and just change. That's not realistic. If your mindset was a certain way in December, it being January is not just going to magically change your mindset into something else. Yes, you might have more determination. Yes, you might have more people with you willing to start anew. But the truth of the matter is that resolve comes from inside, but it's going to take time. If you have a habit of doing stuff day in, day out, then all of a sudden you think that you're just going to change it. That's not realistic. You want to give yourself time. And this is why, one of the tips were to celebrate your small wins. This is why that's important, because you have to support yourself on this journey. And supporting yourself on this journey means that a small step in the right direction is still a step in the right direction. If you said to yourself, if 2016 you were in the hole $3,000 in debt, and you said this year I want to save $3,000, and by the end of the year you did not save $3,000, you only saved $10, but you're not in debt, you don't owe anybody anything, I mean, that's still a win. Right? So celebrate those wins, but don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself time, and even give your goals time for them to fulfill themselves, so for them to, come to fruition. So those are the 6 tips. Again, I'll repeat them. Number 1, live in day tight compartments. Number 2, be smart about your goal. Make sure they're specific, measurable, achievable, relatable, and time bound. Number 3, write them down in the affirmative. Number 4, find your tribe, your support system that's going to help you with them. Number 5, check your progress and adjust when necessary. And lastly, celebrate your small wins. I am Ash Cash. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Money Mondays with Ash Cash, brought to you by Bank Mobile, the first bank to give you, or the first digital platform to give you a totally free banking experience. Make sure you download the Bank Mobile app, sign up for an account if you haven't. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this video as well. So if you're not watching it live and maybe you're watching it later on, share this video. Ahmed, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate the likes. But tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this video. And if you have any questions, make sure you send me an email, ashcash@bankmobile.com. That is ashcash@bankmobile.com. I'm really excited about this year. Contrary to popular belief, this is going to be a great year. This is going to be a great year. We're in a great position to manifest all of our dreams, to make all of our goals come true. So just walk in that in that spirit, in that energy. Just know that nothing can stop you but you. I am Ash Cash. I'll see you next week, Monday, noon, Money Mondays with Ash Cash on Facebook Live, on the Bank Mobile page. Hit the like button. Share this. I'll see you same time, same place.